Weekdays are going to be the best choice. They are here. Showings and open houses are typically held on the weekends for clients. So this is when they are the most available to be there for you. So while your open house is going to be more appealing and it's going to be more unforgettable and essential, make sure that you perform the open house at an opportunity for them to have a light lunch, maybe a nice sandwich tray or a nice vegetable tray available for them so that they can stop by, have a quick lunch. We all know how busy we are in the real estate market. It's important to get a little sustenance before you get back out on the door. And now they've got a house that they can focus on selling. Let's take a look at a few of the disadvantages too when you're hosting an open house. But first, let's start with the positives. Pros: having multiple agents tour your home is going to speed up your marketing efforts. Certainly, the more time and attention and one-to-one conversation that you can have with other agents essentially helps you live pitch the property that you're hosting for the client. Hosting an event can be fun too. It will also entice attendance. They are going to feel a VIP experience because not just every agent is invited there. And if they are not an active agent in the area, it's going to give them an opportunity to feel important too and to bring some new energy and some new ideas to the conversation. It's going to expand the listings reach and availability too, and that's important. In a world with social media as your major visibility market, it's going to be great to go beyond just the word of mouth and allow people to actually expand on that by doing some independent property shoots while they're there. Many sellers really appreciate when the agents go out of their way. Open house gives them a nice sense of feel that my agent is going above. A broker's open house is even more of that. A broker's open house allows them to say, look, this is an agent exclusive event. I'm going to need you away from the home if you live in the home. And they are going to go soup to nuts on how detailed the language is on how they're going to present the house for you. It really allows real estate agents to work with each other and to understand how to prop up a property. It's also going to offer that additional networking and additional relationship building that you so desperately need in each of these market areas. The house might sell quickly as a result, and certainly might sell quicker than it would under a traditional open house. So don't lose the opportunity to do it. Cons: people essentially don't like putting forth so much effort, and a broker's open house takes more effort than a traditional open house. You have to do the research. You have to find active agents in the area. It can't just be a fun time event. You need to be prepared to present to a group of people that do this every day, just like you. You don't just have to wow a client that only looks at a few houses and doesn't necessarily get a chance to ever meet the listing agent. This is you. You are the show. You are the reason people are there, and you need to have all of the questions answered before they leave. Next, sellers have to ensure that the home is prepared and leave the home prepared again post-event. So you've got to make sure it almost clean twice because now you've had people in the house. If the listing's in a remote location or a distance away from the home, attendance is going to be low and it's going to be difficult. Do not lie to yourself. Start the buzz several weeks before you do this event. Make sure that you're going to have enough people coming to it before you waste your client's time because it's in the middle of the day. People are going to notice. Weather will absolutely impact attendance. Realtors are not going to go out of their way to go to a VIP event if the weather is bad. They simply won't. And in Florida, more so than ever, when we get rain, we get wind. And it's very difficult to stay successful, presentable, and professional if you're soaking wet by a thunderstorm. You are going to spend some money on this event. And if no one shows up, believe me, you being out of pocket is not going to be a good thing. You need to make sure there are quality or at least hors d'oeuvres, finger foods, etc. This cannot be a cookie and waters event. You've got to make sure to impress other real estate agents. And if your broker is allowed to attend too, so that they can take a little bit of time to show off what their brokerage is all about, it's a good opportunity for them to hunt and kill also. You're also still going, because you're going to have so many cars at one given time, you're also going to get some very curious neighbors. And if a public shows up because the accidental word of mouth got out in advance, be prepared for that. But Ultimately, real estate agents know how to handle the general public. That's what we do every day. So don't let that be such a deterrent to you. So now that we understand what we got to do, why we have to do it, who we're doing this for, let's talk about how you're going to get it done. I want you to host a memorable Brokers Open. To make something memorable out of an open house, you need to tap into the emotions of an agent and help them feel like they would want to feel if they were living in the house, not just selling it, even though they're not the buyer. You want to create the enthusiasm. You want to build it on the high when they are telling others about your listing. And yes, let me be really open and out there for you. You want a perfect opportunity to advertise what the type of concessions and what type of buyer's broker commission that you're offering on a house. You can put the sign in every room that you're offering 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever your client has already agreed to in advance. You can even offer a those that show for the brokers event have an additional offered bonus from my client. And the only way they'll know that is if they show up. So step number 1, you need to create a guest list. You need to remember to gather all of the brokers and the real estate agents in the area. And you need to talk to brokers directly. If you're going to talk to one of the hot agencies in that area near your listing, it's going to be, I need the names of your 5 top agents. I would like to invite them to a private VIP event. They will appreciate the call. They will enjoy that you're going to the extra effort in their area too, and they will make sure that their agents arrive, because the last thing a broker wants to hear of a firm is a call back the next day. Hey, I was disappointed that your agents weren't able to make it. That represents his business or her business poorly, and they certainly will not be appreciative of it when their top agents get back to the office. Also, consider inviting other real estate professionals you know, such as lenders, insurance agents, title agents, real estate attorneys. Plan for the event to last for about 2 hours so that people really have time to mingle and talk to each other. Some guests will pop in, take a look at the property, do some quick socials, and leave. That's fine, but generally, they will stick around and they will small talk and they will tour the house multiple times. Make sure that you are bringing in vendors that can appeal to the real estate agents that are in the room as well. Pick your VIPs like it's an important party event, and you won't go wrong when it comes to how you're going to get response. Number 2, you need to prep the house. If you are doing this for a dumpster fire home, please do not waste your time. That is not okay, and that is not what these events are designed for. Your listing is already clean and should be staged for when you have real estate photographer comes in from the photo shoot, and your sellers have probably been diligently keeping it ready for short notice if you have communicated that appropriately. Still, enlist the seller. Walk through the property, decide what needs some extra attention. Make sure they know how important this event is. It is rare that these are hosted, and when they're hosted, they make a difference. So make sure there's no clutter, there's no odor that detracts from the visual appeal. And pro tip, if they have pets, no pets for this event. They need to be out of the house. Nobody wants to be chasing down pets in the middle of a broker's open because a bunch of agents are walking in and out, making sure that they can do business. If your open house is around the holidays, by the way, decorating it with that full holiday flair will make it more homey. It will give it the attention that it needs. However, please discuss with the seller what type of decorations that you want to add. You do not want to assume that they celebrate a certain holiday or force them to decorate for a holiday that they plan on not being in the area for. Step 3, you need to have a budget. You need to have a budget no matter what you do in real estate, but particularly for this, you need a budget for advertising, and including the broker's open house ideas to market the listing. Marketing ideas can be free, email, social media posts, etc., but you're probably going to have to spend some money on some invitations, some ads, some additional calling. How much you pay is going to be the property type, and often you're going to have open houses too. So you need to make sure this is worked into your marketing budget for each listing. If you are selling luxury real estate, you're going to spend more than if you're selling a traditional residential property. For a broker's open house, Where there are fewer people, you could spend less, but maybe a few $100s might check the costs in a certain area. But for a broker's open, you're going to need to consider the printables, the walkaways, maybe a little gift bag would be nice so that they can appreciate that they were at an event, and make sure that you've got everything ready to serve them. So at least at minimum, some finger foods, again, some nice appetizers, something like that, and something decent to drink besides water. We have a great real estate marketing plan template. If you're interested in that, please just DM me below. Always like and save. We appreciate everybody that's watching on the call today. And I will happily send this over to you. And then finally, research the market. Make sure that you know what's the geographic area, what's the average days on market for the property. I don't mean research the area as you would for a client. You need to research it for the statistics and the analyticals that are going to help sell this house. The agents are going to ask you real estate questions. What's the median price for the area? What are the average demographics? What are the additional school infos? How's the police department? How's the neighborhood? They want to see it in the middle of a hustle and bustle lunchtime. They want to know if everybody is a commuter or if everybody works from home. Those are the kind of things you're going to need to know, because they can help when they're getting buyers call, go, great that you called today, Bill. I just was invited to a broker's open last night. I really like the house. I think it's more about what you're doing. I had this very experience myself with a client that was looking at a new build property, but we had a recent listing that I knew checked all the boxes that they were looking for. If the seller was able to meet those same types of incentives, they would absolutely have a sale, and it's because that house was top of mind. This does the same for the other real estate agents in the area. Invitations are a nice touch. If you've got $1 million plus property, this is a great opportunity for you to send something snazzy, following it up with an email, politely asking your guest to RSVP. The more you can make it feel like an exclusive event, the more they'll treat it as such. It's best to aim within 2 weeks of the listing. Trust me, it'll make the event extra special, and it'll ensure that you've got everything that you need when people are there. Pro tip: save a little bit of time and money by buying some invitations in bulk. They don't have to be specific to the house, but it's something that you're going to use time and time again. So, make it nice. If you've got a Canva license, go out there and throw a little wine and cheese event that you can email or that you can easily snip, clip, and send into a text message. They will all appreciate it, and it's easy for you to send reminders right behind it. There are plenty of sample templates inside of the Canva system. You can quickly go in there, edit and rejigger it to make it and brand it appropriately for yourself and for your brokerage, so that people know who you are. Even if they didn't show up, they'll appreciate the VIP experience. Use invitations, by the way, that are going to align with the type of property you're showcasing. If an invitation on some unbleached paper with a country theme is great if you're doing a farmhouse or a barn dominium. If it's a luxury listing, needs to be that nice black and white paper, maybe some gold lettering, something to have a little customized with an image of the home if you want to spend, if you've got the additional budgeting inside of your market spend. But those are the kind of things that are going to make a difference. And then step 5, advertising a broker's open. Marketing a broker's open differs considerably from a traditional open house. You need to place directional signs for the open house out in front on event day, custom design sign that say welcome brokers instead of open house. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of neighbors and passersby just dropping in and cracking open the door and getting some of your appetizers. And they're not real estate agents. So the conversation you're having isn't going to be the conversations that they're interested in. Follow-ups and emails listing through your CRM are also part of your overall lead generation and your marketing strategy. You have to assume that from a broker's open, because these are agents, all of their clients are obviously represented. If they are throwing word of mouth for you, the first question that you should be asking in 99% of the cases is, do you already have representation from your agent? Do you have a signed agreement?